It is no secret that Justin, whilst on NRG last season, did not have the performance he would have wanted to. He has fallen pretty far from winning Worlds in Season 8. This, however, would never have shaken his passion to play the game, which has led him to signing onto a new team. And why I'm asking the question, is Justin back? Alright, I can't dance around it any longer. Justin's new team with Shopify Rebellion looks insane. I mean, you've got Path and 2Piece surrounding Justin. Like, come on. It's pretty obvious this team is kinda crazy. And the results have shown that. Their run through the Open Qualifier was smooth sailing up until an unfortunate matchup against MAE comes their way. And things at first were looking shaky. Game 1 was close, but MAE were the ones to close it out. Game 2, it was a shutout. MAE had 4 goals, Rebellion had none. And in a best of 5, going 2 games down is not good. Now, up against the wall, having to reverse sweep a team like MAE is a hard task, but Rebellion did not shy away from it.
Find a way to get to right here. Well, there we go.
And that's exactly where M80 are wanting them to be. Nas also stopping so many of these shots before they can even go towards the box. 2Piece towards the back, but we need the rotation in, and there it is from Parf. Ties things up 2-2 on the defensive end. Parf leading the charge yet again on offense as best as they can. Has all the goals for our team so far, and there goes another one with a great drop down.
Able to close out the third game, this ended up giving Rebellion the momentum they needed to bring this series to match point. And with an early lead going into game 5, things were looking good. However, MAE just kept matching Rebellion, keeping the game tied until overtime, and they managed to catch Rebellion out on their rotation and just scored in an open net. It was a sad way to see them lose, but Rebellion just got a bit too aggressive, leaving them victim to a counterattack. This now meant Rebellion had to fight for their lives in the lower bracket, and no surprise here, they swept the series and qualified for Swiss stage anyway. Starting off this Swiss stage, Rebellion had to face Dignitas, a team who looked so strong in the offseason and most of the qualifiers.
Middle.
This should by no means be an easy game for Rebellion, but they made it look pretty easy, at least on paper. But the numbers here don't show the whole story, as these games got extremely close, but Rebellion were just better and could close out the games.
Game ender right here is Parth going up, looking for it to Justin.
This series showed me that I think Justin's ability to be on the end of a pass is key to a lot of their goals. Specifically in this series, there were so many goals and examples of him just being on the end of a pass and just shooting onto a seemingly pretty empty net, just catching Dignitas off guard. It is just as much of a contribution as Path or 2Piece popping off and getting the goals.
We'll get some more updates on the other series as we go on, but 2Piece are just somehow...
Now moving on to round 2, Rebellion have found themselves their toughest opponent yet, Gen G. And this series did unfortunately not go their way. However, they put up a fair fight against what most consider at least top 2 in NA. But at the end of the day, Gen G are the better team, and Rebellion have still got some work to do to prove themselves. Rebellion's next game is a very interesting one. They would have to play Justin's former team NRG to get one step closer to the playoffs. NRG has now replaced Justin and Squishy with Mist and Frosty. I mean, Toasty. The most exciting thing was having the world's longest standing duo now face off against each other here, playing to get to the playoffs. I was very excited for this match, and it did not disappoint. It led to a close series between these teams. Justin came out swinging in game 1 and clutched up for his team to get an early lead.
Cleanup. Not able to connect, but either way, a solid attempt, and oh man, 2Piece able to get it in.
But NRG had some fight in them and won the next 2 games to put them on match point. But if I've learned anything, it's Rebellion do not fear being on match point and will only play better to get the win. And that's exactly what they did.
Right to the energy roster. Oh my goodness, wow. Justin! Mama, there goes that man.
You just don't say it, yeah. We're not saying anything. There we go.
Hey.
Hope to have throughout this season. Toasty with the bump in the air, but Parth with a great clear to the other side. Wide open net opportunity, and there goes the first goal. Here, pixels off of it. Nonetheless, though, good counterattack, and there we go.
Closer to the 0-second mark. Anytime it's game 5s,
Demo.
and you're down 1 if you're energy. Gonna be feeling great. 2Piece.
Important to get those early victories and make it into the top 8, especially this new format. This is the time to shine. There we go from 2P. Someone touched
To the
down
ground!
the ball, and no, it's still in the air. Toasty.
Rebellion showed their class and took down Justin's former team. Advancing onto the 4th round, Rebellion faced SSG, another fierce team who recently signed Chicago in place of Arsenal. This series started off well for Rebellion, but SSG kicked into gear and ended up reverse sweeping due to some sloppy defense in the last game from Rebellion. It's a sad way for them to lose. It was very close, but they got a taste of their own medicine. Rebellion now found themselves in round 5, their last hope of making it to playoffs. This is where they played a new team of youngsters called the Snowmen. Now this team is no slouch. It has Frosty, Scribbles, and Reveal, all players with some crazy potential. This series ended up being a good one.
Yeah, I think it's 2-2.
Know how desperate it is to get the win in this series, and a confident one at that. 2Piece and Parth in that scenario, they should not have given terrific plays from them in this first game that is going to go the way of the Snowmen going into the series itself. We want to make sure we don't have to pull off a full reverse sweep, but we will do it if we have to.
The momentum rolling. That's all the squad needed. You got the...
With Snowmen now going 2 games up against Rebellion, this means Rebellion will have to reverse sweep to go into the playoffs. But it seems like Rebellion thrive in this position as they pull out the reverse sweep to make it to playoffs. So now in the playoffs, which is now single elimination, so you cannot lose here or you're out, and they are looking at their next opponent, M80. Now this is a revenge match, and Rebellion came in hot for this one.
Double commit though from Rebellion. Parth has a double, has a triple. Oh my goodness, Parth! A little bit of a risky play that last play. Jorius was sitting midfield with 0 boost, and AJ was pushed up as well. But Justin! It's to slow down a chance for a long clearance. A lot of people from M80 were playing close. Justin!
Space, 2Piece going for a 50 himself. Goes out into the mid to Parth. There was a bump on the back line, and it's good enough to open up a gap. Demo gameplay, that bump gameplay. And in this game, it has really helped the Shopify Rebellion. And this is going to be another infield pass, forcing Jorius into an awkward situation. But the Shopify Rebellion are dominating right now. 3-0, 2Piece.
3-0 is the scoreline.
Are you sure about that?
I believe that was Jorius who had went for it, but both Nas and AJ had went for boost. It didn't really work out the way they wanted to be able to. Now he's trying to move back, gets a bump on 2Piece, so it slows down the shot, but 2Piece still.
Another multiple player commit by M80. They survive for now, but they're still struggling. Rebound out, that's gonna be in. Jorius now going for a pinch pass out into the middle. It actually leaks through. And now Parth will get a follow-up touch, looking infield to 2Piece. 2Piece will boom in. What's the radar gonna have to say about this one?
Right off the respawn. He initially was the one going for the demo on Parth. He got demoed on the play, and that slowed things down. M80 scrambling.
M80, they were perfect in the Swiss stage, 3-0, and now they're gonna give up another one. Oh, and they do! And that means the Rebellion have knocked M80 out of the tournament.
I don't think M80 were in the best form for this series, but Rebellion still played very well, and you have to give them credit for a much-deserved win into the semi-finals, where they have another grudge match against Gen G. And yeah, they got slapped 4-0. It was a bit of a beatdown. Most games were within 1 or 2 goals, but Gen G looked very comfortable, but they did have some fight in them. And this Gen G team are just a much more solid team at the minute, and they are one of the top teams in NA right now. So comparing them isn't very fair. Where you should be comparing Rebellion is around the top 3 to 4 range of NA spots, where they are real big contenders now for those slots. Beating people like M80 and Dignitas, I mean the people who are around to be the top 3, top 4 slots. It's all kind of up in the air who's going to get those slots, but I think this is a big sign Rebellion could get one of them. And I also think this is a big hint towards Justin's return to greatness. I would personally love to see him near the top again, as he was such a big role model for me when I was starting to play. I mean, watching that 0-second goal was just so cool, and he's a big reason I'm still playing this game. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you for watching.